first few hours of Moonglow Bay. Start game and pick your character. I picked the old man. Then, what are your pronouns? I'm a he. Name, Mace. Now pick a partner. I picked Casey, and she is a she. Stick it down. I want a boat now. Casey gives me some fishing jargon and teaches a man to fish. Fish! On the line. I catch my first fish, and soon after, my second. The boat wobbles, and people scream. But no need to worry, it's just a weird looking whale. After that scary encounter, Casey gives us a gift. Then we get all mushy, and then postcard. We wake up 3 years later, looking sad, but it's not all bad. We've got a dog. We explore the house and someone's knocking at the door. It's our daughter River. She's explained to us she's come back home, give me some shit about the noodles, and now tells me to open a present from 3 years ago. It's a fishing journal. We decide to restart the business. So we clean up the house, put the rubbish in the bin, and find out we're the fastest man in the world.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
The only thing that can stop the fastest man in the world is a bloody dog. Now we meet some of the local people who don't seem to know who I am. I've lived here for 3 years. River gives us some more fishing tips, just like her mother did all those years ago. Then Abby gets involved and teaches us how to cook. How has this man survived all these years? The basics to cooking are: get fish, wash, chop, boil, fry, and bake. Then you get some delicious fish cake. We learn that if we put our fish in the chest, we can sell them. And we meet some more of the locals, who still don't know who I am, but they like to tell us stories about fish. On to collecting our boat, the 2 cats. Then we run into a problem with my partner's pronouns. Why ask if you're not going to use them? At the aquarium now, where we meet Marina, who seems to know my partner, but has never heard of me before. And she still has the cheek to ask me to help her by giving her fish. So we catch some. We talk to some more people, and all they talk about is fish. They're obsessed with it. Now we meet Goto, who seems to have a deal for us, as long as we give him some fish. And chips. More fish, this time for fish and chips. And some more, just for me. We supply Goto with his meal, and we get a vending machine. Donate some fish to Marina for the aquarium. Fill that bad boy right up. And she gives us some information on the fish. On to net training now, where we catch some fleas that can be turned into bait. That's some big fleas. Then we headed over to the town hall, where we met the mayor, who was all doom and gloom and had shut it down. But it didn't take much persuading to reopen it, as long as we promised to invest in the buildings around town. Whole fish on a plate! We found the bulletin board the mayor spoke about, and grabbed some requests. I hope you like fish, because there's more. Creepy man outside my house for some reason. Then back to fish. Ooh, this one's got wings. Completed one of the requests. And then we met JP, who owned a cozy cavern. He spoke about the fishing trade collapse, and how it was the fault of the fish stories that everyone tells. We tried investing, but we didn't have enough shells. So we went to the bulletin board, and the requests were too hard. Then we decided, let's have a little nap and sleep till the afternoon. Back to the aquarium to drop some more fish off. I decided to invest in myself and repair my boat, so we can travel the open seas and get more fish. I didn't have to travel far to find my first fishing spot, and test out my net, which didn't work, so I went back to the old faithful rod. Me and River decided to travel to the icy part of the sea. Where we caught exactly the same type of fish. But hope wasn't lost. We got a big one on the line. He put up a bit of a fight, but it was no match for me. Here I mess up and release one of the new species, but we catch some more, so it's okay. We decided to give the net another try, and it worked. We got 2 new fish. And a can. That was the last time the net ever worked for me, and I'm really not sure why. All we ever got from it from now on was kelp. Rod fishing definitely seems to be the way to go. The net for me was only ever used to collect sea debris. A radio was the next purchase we made because Abby told us to. Money was a bit on the short side, so we went on a bit of a cooking spree. Don't forget, get fish, wash, then fry. Don't forget to pet your dog Waffles. We get bullied by a 9-year-old in River, but decide to help him and clean the bay. Back to fishing now, where I messed up again and released a new species. But we caught some more, so once again, it's okay. We completed the task set by River. Then we set off on the task to help clean the bay for the little 9-year-old. We're best friends now. Just what I always wanted. Back to the bulletin board, where there was an easy request to chat to Jake. So we did that really quick to get some more shells. Completed another task and caught some more fish. Gave some more to the aquarium, including some of my fancy ones. Another task done, we make some steamed purple tail to help another child remember his dad. And finally have enough shells to invest in the cozy cavern, which just about to witness some magic. How do we make it up that ramp with square wheels? After we head inside, we witness JP arguing with someone. We decided to have a little chat with the new man, who proceeded to talk about more fish stories. Come on, there's got to be more to life than this. Back out onto the open sea for me. We search for the next objective, and when we get there, we find the tower. Let's get fishing indeed. I tried the net on the rock, but once again, it was useless. So we proceeded to do some more fishing, to fish for some clues. We found nothing in the ocean, except probably the biggest fish you've ever seen. I decided to read the task to find out what I was meant to do, and thought, why not try the fishing rod? And guess what? That worked. We gave the old rock a bit of a tug and brought it onto the boat, where we found out we had no idea what it was. When we got back to town, we found out we were really tired and nearly fell asleep there and then. So we decided to head home and have a little nap until the early morning. After finding Marina, we showed her that rock we found, and she told us it was part of a barnacle whale, and explained that they're extremely rare and normally docile. It must be terrified. She gave us the destination of the Limestone Cove. Once we arrived, we found out the entrance was blocked, so we raided Abby to help clear it. She got mad at us for trying to do this, but she did it anyway. With it all clear, we headed inside, and look what we found. It was the whale! Pulling alongside the whale, we found out it had 3 harpoons impaled in it, and tried helping it, but I could not figure out how to for my life. A few attempts with the rod, the net, and finally hooked it. Wrestling with it seemed to take an age, but we finally managed to remove one of them. The whale swam off, so we decided to give chase. We were not going to give up until all of them were removed. After one failed attempt, we finally managed to remove the second harpoon. Fleeing once again, we chased, till it finally stopped and we had an opportunity to remove the third one, which was the most difficult one, and after tugging and tugging, we removed it and had our Free Willy moment. With the harpoons removed, the whale seemed happy. That's one less monster of the sea. We anchor up, the heroes of the day, where Abby explains to us why she was so angry with us. More mush. Then we get summoned to meet a new person. That person was Paris, who came at us with a nasty ass attitude, until he found out we were Casey's husband. Then his attitude turned all the way around. But still, how do they not know who I am? I've lived here for 3 years. Paris told us to meet some of the best anglers around, like this one, Sophie, who also explained that there's 4 rods that we can use, and she gave us one, the strong rod. She set us a challenge to capture 3 fish, in a specific area. We accepted the challenge, but first we had to repair our boat. That whale fucked it up. We found the area we needed to fish and headed to get our boat repaired and also add a room so we can sleep on the water. We completed the challenge with ease. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish. We headed back, anchored up, and found Sophie, who was with one of her angler friends, who once again gave us another rod, and a challenge to go with it. Sadly, I didn't have time to complete the challenge, and I went to bed. And that has been it for the first few hours of Moonglow Bay. I hope you did enjoy. Leave a like, a comment, and I'll see you next time.